What is up, YouTube? Poplar Mechanic here. Today we're going to be going out in the field and removing 8 dead spruce trees. I did screw up with my intro on the field. Something went wrong with the audio, so I'm just going to do a quick intro right here, and then we're going to go ahead and get right to it. So the main purpose of this video is we're going to be removing these trees, but I wanted to show off an axe one of my good friends sent me, Jay. He's got a tree service called J&J Tree Service, and he actually sells these axes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave his links in the description. Now, I did pay for this axe from him. They're quite pricey axes. I'm not going to get into all the details here, but if you want to get in touch with him, he can definitely give you the details. Like this isn't your run-of-the-mill axe. I haven't had a huge amount of time to test it out, but this thing is definitely one hell of a wedge banger. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll show it off to you real quick right now up close so you can see just how awesome this axe really is. And then also we'll be showcasing it in the field, banging some wedges, you know, knocking out some notches. It's a really nice axe, so I'll go ahead and show it to you right now. So you can see that right there. Look at that, best part, made in Canada. It's got the J&J. I just love this thing. And then just look at that wedge pounder on there. You can see I broke one of my wedges on this job. This thing just beat the shit out of it. Look at that. And then it's got that nice burn in the handle. And they do come in a variety of handle sizes. And I'm sure he can meet your needs with that. You'll just have to get in touch with him. All right, let's get right into it. No, it's hung up in that other tree, Rolly, and what happens if you keep cutting, you're gonna have a bad situation. Yeah, DJI makes some nice stuff. that one there probably could have taken a wedge, but I decided to deep notch it, and that kind of undermines the center of gravity, and then down she goes. All right, so we're just gassing up the saw. We're gonna fall this one. Not too huge, but it's probably one of the bigger ones we got to do. We just got some 4, you know, medium-sized ones there. But you can see this one actually leans towards us here, and then it sweeps out like that. So the lean is in my favor. We might have to put a wedge in it, but I doubt it. I think, you know, unfortunately, we might not need to bang too many wedges, if any, on this. But you can see we got that frisbee golf there, and we got lines there, so we're going to be aiming in this direction here. So we'll probably have a couple limbs touch that golf thing, but other than that, it should go pretty good. I don't think we hit that elm either. That high stump worked good, kept us out of that canopy. That's perfect. Alright guys, so this tree I'm about to fall here does end up needing a wedge, and you know, it's getting pretty hot and late in the day, so I did end up severing my hinge here, but we'll just ignore the fact that I did that. That's not why the tree won't go over. It's just hung up ever so slightly in an elm tree above it, and because the wood is so dead, it's really light. So just watch me bang this wedge in. Like, you really don't have to swing hard. I just love this axe. It's such a good wedge pounder. In any case, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you a cool little trick. So sometimes when you pound a wedge in the back, what I'm going to do is come out front now, and I'm going to put a Dutchman in here, cutting in from the front by the notch. Now, you do have to be careful with this, but you'll see what I do right here. So I'm just going to tickle it. You don't want to sever the hinge, but basically I'm just trying to make it cave in on itself. And that should be just enough, and in this case it is, to get it out of there. So I cut and then I watch a little bit. And here we go, another little cut. I think this one does the trick here, maybe. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it was just enough. And now you can see, because I put that Dutchman in, so that Dutchman closes, and now I have to cut some more. So that's kind of neat to put that to work for you. But you do have to be careful with it, but it is an awesome way to deal with it. Okay guys, so this is going to be the last of the 8 trees here. Now this one has a similar situation. It's kind of hard to tell from where I'm looking, but I was just peeking up top. I've already pounded a wedge in, and it just wasn't quite enough to get it out of the elm. So I'm doing a kind of a neat trick here. Now this one is situational as well, and you're probably better off stacking wedges. These red ones I have don't stack super well. You know, there are tricks you can put, you know, sawdust between them, and it helps some stick. But this is just a different method. You just kind of bore cut in and leave a little gap, and then you can go ahead and pound that wedge, and it'll actually lift the wood and give you some more lift. Now, in a normal circumstance, this would have worked, but because these trees are so light, it's not taking much to hold them up, if that makes sense. So here I am just pounding it. Like, this is just such a beautiful axe for doing this. It's just effortless putting them in. So you can see it's just slightly hung up there. So I grab this wedge here is kind of on the way out. The end's missing on it, so I'm going to go ahead and do another one. Now there's different ways to do this. Like I said, stack, just putting 2 wedges in is probably better, but I thought it just needed enough, and I did want to test the axe out here a little bit. So I do end up breaking this wedge. It's pretty cool. Okay guys, so I did end up stacking a couple more wedges just the regular way, and I just didn't have enough of a hinge left for it to be safe, you know what I mean? It could have went any direction, so I just opted to jump in the skid steer and push it over. Alright guys, well that's going to be all for today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.